record. Okay, great. So I've already launched the local, so it's just a quick intro into the local application. So the local application is a software that enables you to run WordPress locally on your laptop without the need of a web hosting or a domain name. So what this application does is converts your laptop into a hosting environment that you can host as many WordPress websites you want for practice purposes, not for taking it on, not for people will not be able to see your website online if you are running it locally, but this is just for you to build your website without depending on the internet or without depending on buying a hosting environment or a domain name. So once you have this installed, you just have to set up the name of your website, what you want to call it. You go to continue. So this is default, just leave it if you don't know what to do on the custom section, but basically the preferred setting is okay for this. You go to continue. So because you are working locally on your laptop, you don't really need to think about complicated username or password, because you always, it's your laptop, you come in, you do what you want to do. So I will just choose admin. I will choose admin for this purpose. So leave this email because it's just a default email from flywheel.local, but you can put your Gmail if you want to get notification when you install some other plugins into the website you are designing. Then you look at this section. Is this website multi-site? So WordPress has a multi-site functionality whereby you have multi-site just having one site that can house other sites. Let's say you have an academic website whereby you have xyz.edu.edu, then inside those xyz have each faculty have their own website that has home, about, courses, every other information. So one website housing every other website. So WordPress has that capability to house other websites. So in the course of our training, I will show us how to create a multi-site for those that want to have one website that will govern all their other websites. So when you look at it, so we are not building a multi-site website. So you have to say no. Then you go to add site. So it's going to take a while because what it's going to do is going to the internet to download WordPress application and install it into our laptop and then set it up for us. We'll see the magic this application is going to do for us. Let's wait for it to connect. Okay. So it will ask you to prompt a window for command prompt.
I have a question.
Okay.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? I have a question.
Yes,
okay.
I can hear you.
The aspect of multi-site.
Okay.
The multi-site. If I pick no at this time, can I come back and pick yes?
So if you pick no at this time and you just want to activate the multi-site, there's a line of code you put in your website file. It will give you that option to activate it.
Okay.
But it's advisable when you are planning your website, decide whether it's a multi-site or a single site.
I just want to make the option is available later.
Maybe due to your network, you can leave a chat.
Thank you.
It's okay. Custom-made apparel for women and children, training for students, both online and physical, ready-to-wear store, and store for sale of fabrics. So basically, I will revisit this service in the aspect of stores when we are doing WooCommerce, when we are doing online, creating online store. So we'll look at how to create your store where you can sell the fabrics for women and children. So we are going to look at training. So if you can list different topics you train people about when it comes to fashion. So let's work with those different topics that you train your students. Okay, so right now you can see our website, all the installation process have completed. So it's now ready for us to start. So once you are seeing this page, all you need to do is go to open site. I don't know if you can see this. Okay. Let me know if you can see my browser. Can we all see the browser, the ocube.local?
Yes, I can see the browser.
Okay, good. So this is our website. So now we have a website. So this website is the same website you are going to see if you are working online. It's the same thing, the same features, the same functionality you are seeing if you have a domain name and hosting. So it's the same experience you are going to have online that you're going to have locally on your laptop. So to access your WordPress website, all you need to do is either you use the login address WP admin to log into the back end, or you go back to your local application and do admin. So once you click admin, it will bring you back to the dashboard of your website. Let's wait for it to load. So it will bring you to the login screen. So remember, our login is admin. So if your login credential is correct, it will log you into the dashboard, and boom, we now have our first website created. So now we have a website created. So now if you are not updated, it will ask you to update. So this is more like the core software update, the WordPress update. All you need to do is just click on updates, update now. So basically, I'm going to show you guys two ways you can create your website. First one is the fastest way to create your website. Second one is if you want to spend a little bit of time to look at things and make things to work the way you want them to work for yourself. So the first step is to, let me see if you can see. Let me know if you can see the notepad once I drag it in. Can you see the notepad?
Yes.
Okay. One, we are going to look at creating. We're going to look at creating your portfolio.
Yes.
So we are going to look at creating your portfolio website using starter templates. And the second one, creating your portfolio website from scratch. So that's what we are going to look at tonight. First is using starter templates, and second one is creating from scratch using your own concept and how you want it to look. So with that out of the way, let me see. Okay, this is trying to update. Okay, boom, I've updated to the latest version of WordPress, which is 5.8.1. So I will advise you, once you install your WordPress, first thing before you start building, update it to the latest version. Okay, Chisholm, I can see you. Welcome, Chisholm.
Thank you. Sorry, I had network issues. I've been trying to connect.
So it's good to have you here. So we are just starting up. So I have started the recording. So once I share the recording, you can catch up with the aspect you missed.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so when we started, I think we did a walkthrough on what the whole WordPress dashboard is all about. But for a quick drive, we are going to look at it. So this is WordPress dashboard. This is what it looks like. So you have your dashboard menu where you have your home and the update. So when there is any update on your WordPress dashboard, this is where you see the notification here and here. So this is the two places you are being prompted to see if there is any update available for your website. Then after the dashboard, you find the post menu. So the post menu, I can say, is the only dynamic section you have on your website. So this is where you can create a blog. This is where you can create a newsletter. This is where you can create a press release on your website. So this is where you can create all those dynamic content that is arranged in a chronological format by date or by time or any way you want to arrange it. So this is the only dynamic section you have on your website. So the media section is where you upload your media files like images, video, MP3, and other SVG, that's scalable vector graphics that you can use for your design. That is where you install it on the media section. So once you click add new, so you can see they tell you that you can drag your file into here. So you can drag your file from your hard drive. Let me open a folder. Let me see. Okay, let me look for an image and see. So I'll just pick an image. I will drag it. So once you drag an image, this is what you see. Drop file to upload. Once you drop it, the file will automatically upload on your website. So under media, you have library and you have add new. So library gives you like the home of all the media files you have uploaded on your website. That is what you're going to see on the library section of this media module. So after media, you're going to find your pages. So this is where you create your static pages, your home page, your about page, your contact us page, your services page, your project page, your terms and condition page, all the static page that is not dynamic, like your privacy policies, and this is where you create it. So since we are here, I will go ahead and delete. Okay, I click add new. So once you click add new, WordPress is currently using a page editor called Gutenberg. So Gutenberg is a page builder that WordPress is using currently, and it is super rich with features and a whole lot of functionality. So I think after this class, by next weekend, we are going to look at this builder because you might end up finding yourself using this builder. So we are going to look at it in detail. We are going to look at this builder in detail because there's a whole lot of things. Like if I put a slash, you see there's a whole lot of features coming out. You can see image, heading, gallery, list, quote. So next weekend, we are going to look at all these features one by one to understand how to use it to build our own website. So all I'm going to do is going to create a title. I will call this home. So once I call it home, I will publish it. So this is our home page. So once you click on this logo, it will take you back to your page. So I'm going to delete all this page. So with that out of the way, after pages, what you're going to see is comment. So comment works with both pages and posts. So comment is when you have a blog post or a newsletter or any content you have for people to engage with that content for discussion and everything concerning that content. So all the comment that comes into your blog post will come to this section. So you see the person that leave the comment for you, and you see the comment, then you see the post where that comment was left. So you can either unapprove it, you can reply to the comment, you can quickly edit the comment. If the comment is not sounding like the kind of comments you want to have on your website, you can edit it, but it's not advisable to edit people's comment. When it's not right, it's either you send it to spam or you delete it. So don't edit people's comment. Just if you don't want it to be on your website, just don't publish it. So that is it for comments. Appearance, under appearance governs the way your website is going to look. The theme, when it comes to WordPress, theme is what controls the look and feel of your website. So I will start with theme. When we started this training, I mentioned that WordPress has about 8,756 free themes. I'll drop that in the chat section. So on this window you are seeing, WordPress has about 8,756 free themes. So if I go to add new, everything I'm seeing here, all these free team, they are about 8,000. So you see, you have enough team to your disposal. So you have a whole lot of team to work with any kind of design. So I want to do online store. I'll say store. It's going to search the database and give me all the team I can use for my online store. I say photography. It will search and give me teams that I can use to build my photography website. Please let me know if you can't hear me in the chat section, and if I'm too fast, let me know so I can reduce my speed. I want to see whether you can cover so much before 9:30 or 9:45. So there are a whole lot of team based on what you want to do. They are beautiful team. They are team built by lovely, lovely developers out there. But when you explore this place, just feel free to test the team based on your own business niche. So since we are here, we are going to look for one team, and that is the team we are going to use for our first method of building a portfolio website. So remember, I said we are going to use a starter template. So to use a starter template, we are going to look at Astra team. So Astra team is one of the popular team out there. So you click install. We'll wait for it to install. So remember, team creates the look and feel of our WordPress website. So when it comes to team, that is what creates the look and feel of our WordPress website. So I've installed the team. All I need to do is to activate a team. So once you install a team, without activating it, the team will not be used on your website. So whenever you install a team, go one more step further to activate it so that you make that team the active team on your website. Once it activates, I will show you what I mean by okay. See now, there are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams already on my website. So making this team, okay. So making this team active, so that is the current team I'm using. So because of memory and the speed of your website, it is advisable that you should have just one team installed on your website. So what I'm going to do, I'm going ahead to delete all these other teams I'm not using. You see, once I click is deleting, I will click the team, I'll go to this button and delete it. So as you are doing, just be careful, you are not going to delete the active team you are using. Okay, so now we have one team we are using. So on that team, you have customize. Customize literally is where if you are working with just everything WordPress has given you, you can customize your website here. So we are going to start with, sorry for that. So this is where you define your site identity, where you upload your logo. Let me see, logo. Let me find a logo. So to upload a logo, let's look for, okay, let me pick this as a logo. So let's say this is the logo of the portfolio website we are building, Skip. So I have a logo, it's looking big. Don't worry about that. Let me do the width. You can control the width of the logo right here. So this is the title of the logo. We can call it our fashion home. So as you're typing, it's changing in real time. So you have display tagline or site icon. So site icon is those small, if you can see this small icon here on the top of your browser tab. So that is what is called site icon. You see this will change immediately I upload one. So I'm going to upload this. Let me look for site icon, select. So I'll pick my logo as well. Good. You see, it have already changed to the site icon. So with that, that is all I need to do here. I will publish. Let's wait for it to publish. Okay, it's published now. Then I'll go back. I'll close this. Okay. So the next we are going to look at is plugins. So plugins add functionality to your WordPress website. So functionality in essence, whereby you want to add a contact form, you want to add an online store, you want to create a learning management system on your website, you want people to be able to take quiz on your website. So plugins are those scripts that add functionality to your website. So any kind of software that allows you to customize a program, blah, blah, blah. So this is literally what plugins are software addition that allows for customization of computer programs, website, apps, anything you can think of. So plugin is the general term you can use to describe an additional software that enables you to customize your existing application. So for your website design, so when you are using a WordPress is being powered by different types of plugins. So we are going to look at those plugins. Currently, we do not have any plugin installed on our website. So we are going to add a plugin. And the two plugins we are going to use for tonight. Okay, so let me know if you can see my notepad. So one, we are going to look at Elementor. Two, we are going to look at Astra starter templates. Yeah, basically, so that's what we are going to look at. So for plugins, we are going to, let me drop that in the chat, you can see it. So we are going to look at Elementor, we are going to look at Astra starter template. So first, we are going to look for Elementor. So when you want to install a plugin, all you need to do is just search for the plugin if you know the plugin you are looking for. But if you don't know the plugin you are looking for, you can just use a keyword, let's say page builder. Just search, you are looking for a page builder. So basically, it's going to search the database and give you a result of the available page builder they have on their repository. So now I'm looking for a page builder. A page builder is a plugin that enables you to create the layout of your website. So let's say, let's look at Amazon. Let's look at Amazon website. Okay, so looking at Amazon website, you can see the way this website is being laid out. So what did I, okay, let me go back to the home page. So you see the way the website is being laid out. On the top left corner, you have the logo, you have your delivery location, you have a search bar, you have your login information, you have your return order menu, you have your cart. Then under it, you have your navigation for different links on the website. Then you have this small banner that slides through. Then you have this small rectangle that is in a vertical format, different layout. This is what we call the layout of the Amazon website. This is how Amazon website is laid out. So for you to be able to do this on WordPress, you need a page builder if you don't want to code this thing, because the essence of this training is to teach you how to build any kind of website without writing any line of code, because technology is evolving in a way that people write less code and build more solutions. So they use less code to build more solutions because they are automated platforms that have been built so that you don't need to write code. They have written all the code you need to write behind the scene, all you need to do is just do drag and drop and create the solution you want to create. So that's basically what you are going to be doing in this BAWWE platform. Because when you have that so much power to build any kind of website or application you want to build, by dragging things, find that your imagination goes wide, thinking about different things you can do. And once you have an idea and you know how to go about it, believe me, you are unstoppable based on what you can create. So this is what I mean by the layout of the website. So I'm going to use Elementor Page Builder. Elementor Page Builder is currently the most popular page builder we have in the WordPress ecosystem. This page builder is super great. It's the best out there. It has tons of features. It has free version and it has the pro version. You can see there's currently active installation is 5 million plus. So currently it's about 6 million people using Elementor Page Builder. So this is another popular page builder by site origin. There are about 1 million people using this page builder. So you see, 1 million and 5 million people cannot be wrong when they say this is good. So you see, this is what we are going to use. And believe me, in the course of your career as a web designer, or you want to build a website for your business, you are going to fall in love with this page builder. So I'm going to install this page builder. Remember, you install and activate, but I'm not going to activate it yet. I'm just going to install it. I will leave it and go to the next plugin we are going to use. So let's wait for it to install. Remember, if you have any question, just drop it in the chat. I will respond to you. Okay, I can see I'm a bit fast, so sorry, Chizroom. Okay, so I will slow down a bit. Okay, so I have installed the Elementor website builder. I'm going to install our Astra starter template. So let's look for it. Okay, so this is the starter template we are going to use. This one is another game changer in the WordPress ecosystem. We have about 1+ million active installations. So we are going to install this. Now you are going, once we install and activate these 2 plugins, you are going to see the magic is going to happen. Even some of us will start building their website tonight without even learning anything further. So I'm going to activate this. So let's wait for that to activate. Then I'm also going to activate the Elementor. Good. So like I said, Elementor has a free version and also a pro version. So once you activate the free version, they will be prompting you to get the pro version. So soon we'll talk about Elementor as the Elementor page builder, a topic on its own where you learn everything you need to know about Elementor. So with this created, remember our first assignment is to, where's my notepad? Our first assignment is to create our portfolio website using a starter template. So how do we go about that? I need Elementor page builder and starter template to be able to import templates into my WordPress website. So what I'm going to do under appearance, when you go under appearance, you are going to see starter templates. So these are pre-built templates that has been designed just for you to import it into your website and start editing it. So we are going to start our website using a template. Let's wait for that to load. Okay, so once it opens, it will show you different page builder. So right now they support Gutenberg, Elementor, Beaver Builder, and Breezy. So we are going to look at each of these builders differently in different sections. So we are going to start with Elementor. like I mentioned, we are going to start with Elementor. We are going to look at Gutenberg. I will show you guys Beaver Builder and also Briggsy. So once you have the understanding of all these 4 builders, then you can decide based on the kind of project you want to build or the kind of website you want to build, which option will serve you the best. So that's what we are going to look at. So after showing you guys these different builders, you then decide which one suits the project you want to work on. So I'm going to select Elementor. It's going to load through. So we can see the starter template has opened and there are lots of pre-built templates. So you can see all the pre-built template looking at us. So we are going to look for the one for portfolio website. So this is what the starter template looks like. They have free version, they have the pro version. Our focus is the free version, and also we are looking at business. So that is what we are looking at. So we are going to go through online coaching, Linda's Academy, local business, okay, let's say agency. So this is the one that looks like a portfolio website together with coaching and consulting. Another one is a creative podcast, learn digital marketing, webinar. Looking at the one that, okay, let's look at portfolio. Outdoor adventure. Okay, so this looks like a portfolio website, but this is just a biography. Okay, this is a portfolio website for this first kind of template. Let's look for something different. You see, you can go through lots of templates that are free. Let's see something that is simple. Okay, so this is a portfolio website, accountant. So basically, Joyce Roberts this is her personal website where she displays what the services she provides and everything. So with this now, I've selected this template. All I need to do is I'll look at the template, I'll preview it and see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so this is what it looks like, the logo, the home, about, the services. So this is a typical portfolio website. You have services, you have the different services, tax service, financial advisory. You have the accurate record keeping, you have always on time, hardworking, testimonials, and the client work with, and a call to action, request a quote. So this is a typical example of what a portfolio website should look like. On the landing page, then you have a page for the about page, about section, where you talk more about yourself and your services. So you see, I have been featured in. So with that out of the way, look at the service section. So if you are thinking of building a portfolio website, this is how you should be thinking of structuring your website. Look at your services, what you do. So this is where you list out all your services. Remember, when each of this page, there is a call to action, request for a quote, where they can fill a form. So I'll show you how to create this form. Then you have why choose me. So the benefits, what makes you different from other people providing the kind of service you are providing, the kind of product you are selling, what makes you different. So this is where you try to convince anybody that is on your website, this is why you should choose me, this is why I should handle your project. So this is where you go in and tell them why. So she's always on time, she's hardworking, she's available 24/7. She will help you maximize profit. So maximum profitability, classify transaction, always accurate. So she pays attention to detail. Then after stating all those things, remember there's a call to action, get a quote. Under it, there is a form. You don't need to click, just fill the form to get a free quote. Then after that, there's a section testimonial. So don't just take what I've written on my website. Now listen to what other people are saying about my service. So remember, testimonial is key. They always tell you it's good to have testimonial so that people can really validate that your business is authentic, that your business is genuine, that your people are using your services. It's not just you saying a whole lot of things which no one is using. So we have a section for your testimonial. I will show you how to create that when we go to the second phase. So finally, there is a contact us section where you have your contact detail, your phone number, your email, your address, because you want people to know how to reach out to you. Do they need to call you? Do they need to send you an email? Do they need to visit your office location? So you specify it, and also leave your social media platform where people can find you on the social media space. So are you on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or you just do email? So you specify the links to your social media. So we are going to look at that. So there's a call to action, get a quote. I don't know where it leads to, but it's a button. So basically you're going to see this is a full-blown portfolio website, and I like it. What am I going to do? I'm going to import this website into my own website. I'm going to import this template into my own website and start editing it to fit my own use. So what do? I'll just come in and say import complete site. It will say, okay, I'm a WordPress. For you guys, those that are starting, you can say I'm a WordPress beginner. I'm building website for myself and company. You can look at admin, okay, advanced options, say next, everything's looking fine. I don't need all this thing, I'll skip it. Then I'll start importing the website. Hope you are understanding. Am I making sense? Am I just talking to myself? Hello, Omo. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Chizun. Am I making sense? Am I just blabbing?
I'm following, it's just that it's a bit fast, but I'll watch it again to grasp it. It's still new to me.
Okay, so I'm trying to speed up this first process so you can get to the more, the customization part. This one I just plug and play, just install a template and you customize. So based on the speed of your internet, this process might take longer or it might take shorter time to install. Okay, so everything is almost there, 84%, 90, and it's done. So without writing any line of code, without overthinking how my website is going to look like, we are making use of a pre-built website. So I'll click on visit my site. Remember, our website is ocube.local. So now that template has been transported into our website. So the transfer process is complete. See, everything you saw on that preview website is now on our website. So this is our website. So let me go back to the dashboard. You see the changes. So under pages, let's wait for it to load. Okay, almost said that she's following Deborah. Okay, so you can see now we have additional pages added to our website. Now we have about contact. So I'm going to trash this first one I've created. Okay, so we now have about contact, home, services, testimonial, and why choose me. So all those pages we saw on that template, it has been transferred into our website. So now, to edit this website to fit your own use, all you need to do is click on, edit with Elementor. Remember, Elementor is the page builder we are using. So once I click on edit with Elementor, so it's going to load into the Elementor editor. So now this is the Elementor editor. Everything is looking fine. So I can come here and pick a name. So the name I'm going to pick, I'm going to say Deborah. So you see, I'm editing my website from the front end. So I'm seeing what I'm doing. This is a high class fashion home. where you can get your affordable, I'm missing out there. Fabrics and have them deliver to you for free. Okay, let's say that's your tagline. Then you can look at this button, you can just change. So this is where you do all the customization. So when we dive into Elementor Page Builder, that's when you learn every single element on Elementor Page Builder. So I can say, visit my store for more. So you can customize everything. Before now, for me to do this thing on this button, I have to go back and write some HTML, some CSS, even do some JavaScript coding to make this thing function the way. And also there's a link here. I can link this button to, let's say, services. All I need to just type services. It will load the services page, because this can only work when you have already created that page on the website. So it's going to work like that. So you can see, I can say, okay, fine, I don't like this image, I want to change this image. You click, you just change the image. I'll look for free image. I'll say professional woman. I'll look for a professional woman. Okay, let's choose this one. Insert. So what it's going to download that image and insert it into your design. Let's say, okay, insert media. So right here, you can say the thing, your services, you can change it to how I can help your business grow. So you see, this is very super exciting. You can edit all these things just by looking at it. So you don't need to go to the back end to write a code and come by. It's super, 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 super easy to do. And based on the kind of website you want to create, you can really modify this template. So it's the same process all the way from page one, from the home page to about page to all the pages is the same process. So we just have to edit it. Okay. Super, welcome. I can see you.
Thanks, bro.
You came late for class, so you are going to pay for coming late.
No wala now. No wala. No wala.
Welcome. So
Yeah.
I'm recording this section, so once I share the video, you can be able to catch up.
All right, no wala.
Okay, so that's what is the template is all about. You can see that is for the home page. If I leave this place and visit the site and go to the about page. Okay. So this is the about page. So if I want to change any content on this about page, remember I do edit with Elementor. So for you to work with the starter template, you need Elementor Page Builder and your Astra starter template. Like I mentioned in the chat section, the two plugins we are using is Elementor and Astra starter template. So here you can change, you can either use this section to change about me, or you can use this section to change about me. So anywhere you are, you can edit and modify your page content. You can change your image, you can change your headings and everything. So it's super easy to edit with Elementor and it's super, super, super flexible. So now I can see what my website is going to look on a laptop and also can see what my website is going to look on a tablet. So this is what my website is going to look on a tablet, and also going to see what my website is going to look on a mobile phone. So this editor is super, super cool. So you can customize the look and feel of your website. Please, was the site a complete site? Yes, yes. So we installed a full template. We installed a full template. So this is a full site template you can install and customize the way you want it to look. So you see the section in the recorded video. So this is the first section I mentioned that we are going to look at. So we are done with this. I say we are going to look at creating a portfolio website using a starter template. So we are done with that. So the second one we are going to look at is creating from scratch, whereby you have your sketch, you have looked at, okay, this is how I want my website to look. So what am I going to do for this section? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new page. So I'm going to create a new page. So on this new page, I'm going to call it portfolio home. This is my portfolio home. I want to differentiate it from the install template home page. So because I'm using Elementor, there is a section you can see on your page called a template. So this is where you define how you want the Elementor template to function, how you want it to be a canvas. A canvas means that there is no header, there is no footer, it's just a blank page. You go in and start creating how you want it to look. A full width, Elementor full width is just that it's going to give you a side-to-side full width layout where you can design how to lay it out. So we are going to use a full width. I'll show you what it looks like. Let's wait for it to publish, install, and publish. Okay, so our page is now published. What we are going to do next is, because we are building with Elementor, you do edit with Elementor. Let's see, okay. So because we installed this template, it's still coming with the header and the footer distance. So let's quickly fix that. Let's exit. So now we are going to build our site from scratch. So we are going to come up with our header. We are going to come up with our footer. So what I'm going to do is to show you guys how to find the header. So I'm going to select all these pages except the one I just created. I'm going to trash it. I don't need them. So we are just going to focus on building the layout of the website. So the landing page, you are going to focus on building the landing page, and the assignment for today is you are going to build the other pages and you are going to submit it before weekend. So you take your time, you think of how the business you want to do or the services you are providing, you come up with your own website. Then after building, you just send me the screenshot. You don't need to send me a link, just send me a screenshot of the layout. Okay. So now I'm going to create two additional pages today. So that's the additional pages you are going to add on your own assignment. So we are going to look at about. So remember, full width, publish. Okay, with that publish, I'm going to create the second page. Okay, so the second page I'm going to add to the first two pages we have created is now contact us page. So back to template, publish. Okay, that is done. So I'm going back to our home page. So remember our home page is this. So let's view and see what it looks like. So you see, it's still taking those information from the starter template we installed. We are going to get rid of it. So first thing we are going to do under appearance, we are going to look for under template, let's see, under settings, tools, plugin, okay. Where is this thing hiding? Let's see. Okay, so under settings, where is it? No. Yeah, under appearance, you are going to see this option, Astra option. You can either use this or you can either use the customize. So we are going to use the customize. Let's wait for it to load. So under customize, you are going to see the footer builder. So this is the footer builder. I'm going to remove this, remove this, remove this, remove this. So our footer is gone. I'm going to publish this. I'm going to the header builder. I'm going to remove, on the logo, I'm going to remove this and remove this. I'm going to add our own logo. So I have my logo, skip cropping. I'll reduce the width. I'll reduce the width. So we have this button here. This is the button here. I've removed that button. I've removed. So this is your builder. It came with the Astra template. If you can remember, we installed a template called Astra template. So this builder layout comes with it. So we are making use of that template. So once I'm done, I'm going to click on publish. I'm going back to create my menu. So menu is the navigation system you have on your website to enable people move from one page to another on your website. So let's look at how we are going to do that. So remember, your menu works with the pages you have created on your website. So we are going to create a page of a three-page menu. So to do that, you go to appearance, and under appearance, you are going to see menus. You click on menus. So I'm going to create a new menu. So to create a new menu, you look at this section, create a new menu, you click on that. It will load into the new menu window. You add, this is my main menu. Once you have done that, you do create menu. So once you have your menu created, the next thing to do is to import the pages you have created into your menu. So the first page is the home page, the about us, and the contact us. I'm going to import it. Okay, now I have my pages imported as my menu. You can drag and drop to arrange it, and you can rename. So remember, this is portfolio home, but I want it to come out as home. So I can rename it to home, so it will change. But remember, it's not going to change the URL. The URL is still going to be portfolio home, but I'm just changing the display name to be home. This is about, but I want it to be about me. This is contact us, but I want it to be let's work together. Let's work together. So I can really rename it just for display purposes, not for the back side of the website. So I'll publish this, I'll save it. So with this created, I still don't have, once I refresh this, you see, I just have my logo, nothing else is here. So I'm going back to the customize. Under appearance, I'm going to customize. So right here under customize, I'm going straight to the header builder. So this is the header builder. Under the header builder, I'm going to add something here. And what I'm going to pick is my menu. So under primary menu, I'm going to choose my menu configuration, I'm going to select my main menu. Let's wait for it to load in. So now you see I have my menu selected. So under the footer builder, I'm going to add something. Let me say, I'm going to make this 3 columns. Here, I'm going to add, let's say, copyright. So this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to make this 1 column. I'm going to add my menu here as well. Footer menu. So under footer menu, I'm going to select my menu configuration, which is footer menu, which is main menu. I want it spread, I want it inline, I want it full width. Let's see. Okay, let's just remove it. Okay. So I've done the header and the footer. Let me save it and look at what our website is going to look like. Let's refresh. Okay, so this is what we have. It's looking clean and it's looking finer. So we are going to build our portfolio website. So I'm going to do edit with Elementor. So based on what, okay, based on what we have here, so we are going to put a hero image, a big image slider. So this is what Elementor page builder looks like. All this, I say there is the pro version. So this is the pro feature. So when you are using the pro feature, this is the things you are going to see, the features you are going to see, but we are going to look at the basic. So on the basic, this is what we have. This is for pro features. So we just have limited features on this. So what we are going to do is, first of all, we are going to add a section. So to add a section, all you need to do is to click the plus button. You add a section, or you can start with a template. So you wait for it to load and see what we have. Okay, you can click on blocks. So these are all the blocks, and most of them are pro. So for the ones that are not pro version, that's what we are going to look at. So for this one, let's see. Okay, for this one, it's not a pro feature. I'm going to insert it into our layout. So because when you're using Elementor, they want you to connect to your account so that you can be able to install templates. So I'm quickly going to connect to my account. Let me wait for it to load. Okay. So with that done, I'm back to my page. Okay. So I've inserted this. Why I did this, I just wanted to start with something. I don't want to go in creating a whole lot of content by myself. So here you can do a whole lot of customization. You can go into the layout. This is, you have layout, you have structure. So the structure is this section. This is a 1-column structure. So you see what will happen once I click on this and do add new. Once I come back to this place, under structure, you see, I have 2 columns. It can be 50-50, 30-66, or 66-30. So depend on how I want to group the column, that's what happens. So when we start doing Elementor as a topic, we are going to learn in detail what all these things do on your website design. So you have a typical section on Elementor has 3 tabs, which is layout, style, and advanced. So layout handles the layout structure of your section. This is where you go in and style. This is where you go in and style your content. Let's say, for instance, I want to change color, I want to change typography. This is where I come in, I can change my image from full width to something that is looking small, medium, and full width. Under this style section, this is where I can say, okay, I want my image to be this width, I want it to be small, I want it to be very big, I want it to just cover my screen. This is where I can say, okay, I want my image height to be very tall, I want to reduce it, I want to do. On the style section, this is how you control the look of your website, the look of the layout. This is where you do all the customization. You can say, okay, I want to change the typography. Under style, I want to change the color. You can pick any color based on your brand color. This is where you can change that. You can say, okay, I want to change the font. I don't like this font, but I want a font that looks cool. Under family, typography family, you can pick a font. You see, you can pick a font. You can do all these things without writing any line of code. You can say, okay, for this, I want to make it bold. I don't want it to look thin. Under typography, under weight control the boldness and thickness of your font. So you can say, I want this to be bold. You see, it have changed to be bold. The same goes to the line space. You can say, okay, transformation, I want it transform. I want it to be all uppercase. I want it to be all lowercase. I want it to be capitalized, or I want it to be normal. So this is where you format the way you want your typography to look. Under style, you can say, I want it to be normal, I want it to be italic, and I want it to be oblique. So this is what it's like. Go back to default. Under decoration, I want it to be underlined. I want it to be overlined. I want it to be line through, and I want it to be none. So you see there is a lot of things you can do on this section that will change the way your typography looks. So one of the topics we are going to look at is typography when it comes to web design. So in that section, I'm going to teach how typography affects the way people perceive your website, how people is going to interact with your website. So I'm going to talk about that when it comes to typography, how it affects your website. So here you can align your text justified. You can take it to the right, you can take it to the left, you can centralize it. So this is where you control the alignment of your text. So this is where, another thing here, there's a section called text shadow. So for this, I can add a shadow to my text. I can add a shadow to my text. I can change the shadow placement. You can see it's moving. So I can create. And one thing about this shadow functionality, this feature, you can get creative with it. I can make it to be, I can make it not to be blurry. I can pick a different color. I can pick a different color. I can go super creative. So you can see the customization is based on how creative you want to go on your design. So I can create something like an illusion that looks as if this text is coming from somewhere else. So I can just get super creative with the things I do. I can blur it, I can reduce the opacity, I can create something like this. I can just get creative and just go out of the way and break some rules and just do things. So now you can see this section has 2 columns. It has your first column, you have your second column. So the same principle applies to typography. So once you go to the style tab, you can customize the alignment, you can change the color, You can pick the typography you want. You can choose, you can also search for font. I can say Opussan. So once you start building websites, you start getting use of the font, the name of different fonts. I can go for Roboto. So there are different fonts. I can go for Helvetica. You can Helvetica. So based on your need, you can. So you see, this is looking different from this one. So I can also pick a different font so you can see the difference. Lato. So all these are coming from Google Font, and I can control the way I want it to look. So with that out of the way, I have this looking like me. Remember, we are building this class. I'm trying to see whether you can stop this class before 10 o'clock. So now I'm going to delete all this and start building my portfolio website. So I'm going to create a section. I'm going to put an image, a background image to that. So let's look for fashion image. So you can search and find the image you want. Orientation, I want it to be landscape, horizontal. That's what I'm looking for because I want to use it for a hero section. Okay, let's look. What do we have here? Okay, let's pick this. We are going to download the image and it's going to be inserted into our design. Okay, so this is what we have. You see this section is looking small. All I'm going to do is to come to layout. Remember, layout controls the structure of your section. So I'm coming to height. I will do minimum height. I can control this minimum height by using this slider. So this is how I want it to look. Then this image, I can control the position of the image by coming under style. Under this image, I can do the position to be center, or I can do bottom center, or I can do top center. This or this. So let's do center. Then let's do attachment. We want it to be fixed. So when I mean fixed, when you say fixed, the image will not move, but the website can scroll, but the image will be fixed. So that's what we mean by fixed. So when I say scroll, that means the image will scroll together with my page. If I have more, once I add more section to this site, you're going to see the effect of what we are doing. Then under repeater, if you see, there is an edge here and there is an edge here. I don't know if you can see that. There is the edge here, means that this image is trying to repeat across this section. So you can stop that by saying repeat, no repeat. So you see what happened? So it have cut out that extra repeat part of the image. Then another thing is I want this image to serve as a cover. I don't want it to be in a container. I just want it to cover the whole section. So this is what I have. So once I selected cover, I went from edge to edge. So this is what I need, but I still want to see the face of my model. So this is what it's going to look like. Then now I have this column. It's a single column. I want to add another column. I will do add column because I want to put a text here. So since I want to put a text here, I'm going to drag in my text widget. This is my heading. I'll put it here. I'll call it O-Cube Fashion Home. Under style, I'm going to make this left aligned. This is going to be my H1 tag. So we are going to look at what's the meaning of H1, H2, H3, headline. So we are going to look at what those things mean by next weekend. And another thing we are going to look at here is the color. We change the color to white, typography. We'll pick something generic. We're going to look at, okay, let's look at Helvetica. We are going to look at 18. We can use this slider to increase the size. Okay, this is okay. The weight we are going to take, let's say 500 is okay. Let's increase it to come down. Okay. So this okay, let's just put a hyphen in between. So it will look okay. Now, another thing I want to add here is a button. I want to add a call to action button like visit store. Okay, so let's say this is what we have. So another thing I want to add here is another section. This section is going to talk about, so this section, see, once I change the background of this section, I'm going to see something. So I've changed the background, you see, nothing is happening because it collapses, it's a div. So now this section is touching this one, but I want to create a space. I'm coming to advanced to add a margin. So I'm going to add a margin. Margin create a space around a container, while padding create a space within a container. So this is what I mean. I'm going to create a 50 pixel padding. So you see around this container, there is a space, 50 pixel space from the container at the top, and there's just, if I add another one here, you see there is a 50 pixel space at the bottom. So this container is standing in between 50-50 space. So the total size of this container is now 100. The space around is now 100 because I have 50 up and 50 down. So with that out of the way, I'm going to create a heading. So this heading, I'm going to call it about me. So this is going to be a little intro about me. I'm going to just add a demo content. So I'll centralize it, change the text to white. So another thing about Elementor is if I want to maintain this style of font and everything, all I need to just copy it and just paste the style here. It will change to this. I can centralize it. So I'll reduce the size because it's too big. I'll just reduce the size. Then another thing I'm going to do is just to add a text editor. So I'll just duplicate this text so it will look big. So with this, I have like a bunch of text I can play with. It's not looking like a sentence, it's just looking different. Let me just copy this. Okay, so let's say it's looking like a sentence. Let me, the line width. Okay, this is what we have. Change the color to white. Okay, so now I have a section called About Me. Remember, I mentioned that, if you are following, let me know. I mentioned that margins create space outside your container, while padding creates space within your container. So remember, we use padding to separate this top section from the bottom section. That is 50 top, 50 bottom. Now I want to use padding to create space within the container. I'm going to give it a 50 pixel padding. You see now, there is space within the container. So margin creates space outside the container, padding creates space within the container. So that is just a simple definition of margin and padding when it comes to web design. So with that out of the way, I've created this padding. If I want to go further, I can make it 150, 150. So this is, it will create this kind of look, centralizing it, giving a breathing space around the container. So with that out of the way, the next section I want to create is I will duplicate this. I'll just drag it into the next section. I will change the color of the text to black. So I'm going to call this my services or my training courses. So from what we have there, OQ provided 4 training courses. We have for beginners. So we are going to create a 4 section. So now another thing you can see here, there is a section. This is a section. Now I want to add another section inside this section we are looking at. So I want to nest the section. So putting a section in a section. Elementor has this feature called inner section. So what this thing does is that it adds a section inside a section. So I will drag it into this section because I want to create different topics. I'll duplicate this and make it 4 columns. So now I have a 4-column section inside a 1-column section. So this is what it looks like. On this navigator, this is our header section. So you can call it header section. So this is our about section. This is our about section. You can, once you double click it, will prompt you to rename. You can call it about section. And this is our service section. This is our service section. So that is what we have here. So we are going to look at our service section, and this is a section. Inside a section, we have 1 column, and this column is the one housing this headline. And the second section, the inner section, is housing 4 columns. You can see 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I click, you see it highlights the column that we are in on. So now I'm going to duplicate this, the heading, and I will close this navigation. When we start using Elementor, we are going to look at that in detail. So now I'm going to reduce the weight. I'll make it 21 because I want something small. I will make it bold. So now I'm going to add those. So we have beginners. I'll copy it. I'll paste. So you see, you can really do copy and paste as if you are using Word document. It's so easy. Now I want to create a space around this section. Remember, to create a space around section, what are we going to do? Let me hear who will tell me that. What do I need to do? Hello, who is with me?
I'm with you.
Yeah. Can't hear you again.
So I'm asking to create space around the section. What do I need to do?
Around the section, increase the padding.
Section around, outside the section, not inside.
Outside the section.
Yes. So
I can't remember the other name you said.
Margin.
It's under advanced, I know.
Yeah, under
yeah,
advanced.
margin.
So I want to add a 20 pixel top margin to this. So it will create a space around this section. So now we have beginners, then we have intermediates, we have advanced, finally we have specialized. So these are the different course levels we have. So what I'm going to do, we are going to add an image to further differentiate this. So the image is going to be full. We are going to add still going to be horizontal. We are still going to maintain our fashion. Okay, so we are going to add this image. This image. Okay, so I'll just duplicate this and drag it around. So you can see, you can just duplicate it, drag it around, and just fill up your space. Then another thing we are going to do is to add a button. So this button is going to be like learn more. You are going to centralize it, or you can make it a full width, left align, right align, centralize. So under style, you can change how you want this button to look. So I can remove the border radius, so border radius controls the curve, the rounded corner you see in a button. I know we have seen all these things on different websites. I can say 15. So you create a rounded corner on this button, you can say 300. Depending on how rounded you want the corners to be, you can say 10. You can say 3 if you want it to be very soft. So something like this, we don't want the edge to look very sharp. So it can be something like this. So these are button, and I still want to maintain the color. So I'll pick a background color. So there's a color picker here. I can click it and just pick a color. I'll just pick the same color. And another thing is about this color, I can also save this color for future use. So I can create a global color. I will just call it O-Cube red. So I don't need to look for this color again. Even if I drag another button here and I want to use the same color, all I need to do is go to color. On this globe icon, I'll just click it. I'll scroll down, I'll see my color. This is my color, I'll click it, it will change. So what it means that if I'm using a global color, whenever I want to change this color, maybe I want this color to be now black, instead of going to every page where I have this color to change it, I'll just go to one location and change it. It will apply in every other places that color is being used. That's why it's called global color. So it will affect your site globally when it's used. So you see, now I'm having this button, I'll just copy the style of this and paste it here. It automatically copy the attribute of this button. So I'll just copy and paste through. So that's a faster way of creating my button. So right now I have my training section. So this next section to build now is what section is my testimonial. So my testimonial is where people are talking about my service. So I'll just create a padding, a margin of 50 pixels. I will copy my heading. I'll paste it here. I'll call this testimonial. Do I space right? Okay. So now I don't know. Do Elementor have? So on the Pro version, you have this testimonial carousel, and you have this. This comes with the Pro version. So once we start looking at Elementor, you see this feature on the Pro version. So, but how you can get this thing done on your site is also remember to insert your, based on the number of testimonials you have, insert your inner column. Let's say make it 3. Then your testimonial, you can just add. Let's say this is your testimonials from your clients. Then you can add a heading to it. You can add a heading to it. Let's say Mr. John Dio. Mr. John Dio is the one that left this review for you. So you can pick a color. You can change it to Helvetica. You can make it 16. Okay. You can change the font size to 400. Why is it going right? Okay. So, and if you want to add image of the person, if they allow you to put an image, just drop an image icon, make it smaller. Let's say thumbnail. You go and search for image, you call it profile. We are just using this for demonstration purpose. Okay, so profile picture, profile photo. You want something that is looking straight up to the camera. Okay, let's say headshot. Okay, let's say this. Okay, John should be a man. Okay, this is all we have. So we use all we have. So it's trying to download. Okay, so we have this. Okay, yes, we have this, but I want this to be small and I want it to be circle. So all I did was to increase the border radius to 300. It gives me that circular feel like a profile picture. Then another thing is going to reduce the width. So I'm going to have this thing. So what I'm going to do, since I already have this, all I'm going to do is to, okay, I have another one I'm going to do. So this is going to be, let's say, so this is going to be head marketing. So you want to put the person's job role. Let's reduce it just to create hierarchy. So you have the name and you have the job role. So since I already have this, I'm going to duplicate this into 3 and I'll delete this remaining 2. Hope you guys are following. So now I'm going to change this to Hannah. I'm going to change this thing to Max. So under Hannah, I'm going to look for an image. I think I have an image of a lady. Okay. Then under Matt, I'm going to look for an image of a guy. Let me just type man. That's all you can give us as man. Okay, let's look for male. Okay, let's insert this. We're almost there, comments. Okay. So you see this one, because of the way the image is looking, where is it? Okay, didn't download. Excuse me. Let's look for another one. Okay, let's take this. Okay, so we have now, so on this section, I want to add a breathing space around it. I'm going to padding again, I'm going to give it 50 pixel padding. So you see how it's looking, it's just looking like it, but I want to make these sections to look different. So I'll reduce the padding. Remember, I want to give it a 50 pixel padding. So instead of giving 50 pixels, I'm going to share it. So I'm going to give 10 pixel padding. Then here I'm going to give 20 pixel padding. So I've given this side a padding. Instead of going through, I'll just copy the padding I've given to this side and paste it. Paste style. I'll just paste. So I have 10, 20, 20, 20, that's 70. So 70, so I have 70, top 8, let me check what I have. So that's how you calculate. I have 2 for, that's 20, 20, I have 40 plus 70. That's around 110. So I have a total 110 of space around this container, padding space. So this was, so all I need to do is just section this, come to this section, under style, I'm going to see border. Then I can activate the border. I'll change the color to our global color. Remember, we have a global color defined, red. I'll increase the border width to 2. So this is what we have. So I'm differentiating this from the other one. Then another thing I'm going to do is, on this other one, I'm going to create a hover effect on the border. because I just want to show us this now. So I'll say border, black, 3. So this is what it's going to look like. So under testimonial, when I hover, there's an effect there. So remember, on my portfolio, I've introduced my portfolio site, what it's all about. I've written it, okay, yeah, we missed something here. So under this section, you drop a button because you want them to go to the About Us page to learn more. So remember, I've created About Us page. All I need to do is just link it up. I'll call it About. It will search my pages and say, okay, do you have an About Us page? That's way. So it found a page called About, so it will link it up. So the button, I'm going to change it to be white. I'll change the color to be white. I'll change the text to be red, just to keep that color. So this is what I have here. So the last thing we're going to do is remember our call to action. So our call to action is just 2 columns. I'm going to increase the height. So once we have this increase, I'm going to drop an image in this section. Let's say the image of our model. Okay, let's pick this. Then I'm going to drop a heading here. So you can become a fashion guru today, and you can drop your call to action. So I can go and copy the style of the button we are using and come back and paste it here. So I'll bring it here. I want to create a space around this. Which am I going to? Am I going to use a container for margin or for padding? Which one? I want to create a space around this container. Hello, are we sleeping?
Yes, together.
So to create a space around the container is margin. So I need a space inside the container, because this is a container and this is a container and this is a container and this section is a container. So this is the container I want to create a space around. So I will click to activate this heading widget. Then I'll create a 15 pixel padding on it. Then on this button, I'll just put a top margin of 20 pixels. So to just create a space. Then on the entire container, I'll just give it another 20 pixel padding just to push it a little bit away. Let me give this one 15. So this is what I have for my call to action. So once you are done editing your site, just publish it. And you can preview what your site looks like. Let's wait for it to publish. Okay, it's not up to date, so let's preview and see what we have created. Okay, so this is our site. So you see how it looks like. So we have a hero section with the name of our website to visit our store. You have a section for about you. You have the training courses with call to action button. You have your testimonials. Then you have your call to action for people to register. So you see, you can create the look. So we use templates on the first one. Now I'm using my own design, how I want it to look. So I can come back and say, no, I want this to be left aligned. I want all these things to be left aligned. I just copied it, paste, 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 paste. Okay. So I can say, no, I don't want to have this button background. It's distracting, it's making the design look so. I just want to have just the text on the button. All I need to do is just come in, remove my border radius, remove my padding. This is what I have. So I'll copy this. I'll paste. I'll paste. I'll paste. So to make it more interactive, you can have a hover effect. You can say you want it to be black when they hover, and you want it to be red, white on top. So this is what you have. So you can copy this, paste, paste, paste. So now when you hover on your button, you can see it will change color. So it's now more interactive. People will know that there's something happening. The same goes to this. I can change the background color to black and change the text to white. So when I hover, this is what's going to. So once you save it, it's going to update your preview. So let's wait for it to update. So this is what we have. So you see how this site is working as if we are online. Typically, we are working on my laptop. I'm not connected to any hosting platform. I'm working directly on my laptop. The only thing I needed internet for, I needed internet to download the WordPress file. I needed internet to download my plugins. I needed internet to download my themes. So when you are working, so now, if I have downloaded all the theme and plugin I need for my site, I can go offline and start working without internet. As long as I don't need anything to do on the internet, I can go offline. But the purpose of working locally is to save you the cost of buying domain name and hosting when you are still learning. So you can work locally to build your skill. And when you are confident to publish your site, you can then buy your domain name and hosting. That is the topic we are going to cover, buying a domain name, the different types of hosting and where you can get them, and the different types of domain name extension you can use for your business. And with this, and with all this, we have come to the end of today's class. I don't know if anyone have question to ask. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, and thank you for your time in joining this section. I was hoping I'll finish before 10 o'clock, but this is almost 10:30, an hour, 30 minutes. So I'm working on something by next month. First of I have questions about previous training. Okay, which one? So the previous training we did, the training we have done so far is first setting up WordPress locally using XAMPP. Then the second training we did was the WordPress dashboard interface, understanding what the layout, what the pages and everything, which I've already done when we started this training. Then after that, yeah, I think that's the two we have done so far. Then this is the third one, building a portfolio website. This is the demonstration on the discussion group. That's where I had the training, the guideline on this building a portfolio website. I think I need to pin that again for those joining us. Let me look for it. on the discussion group. Discussion, let's search for, okay, let me, let me look for, let's see, do we have it? Okay, so this is it. So I just replied to it on the discussion group. So once you click on it, it will take you to the beginning of the training on the guide on creating portfolio websites. So once you read through it, then you can watch the video of the recording to practice how to build your own portfolio. So I'm also going to share a link to a training on building a portfolio website with Elementor. So you can watch that within the week and also help you to learn more things about Elementor before we talk about it in detail. So when we started, I was asking how many of us have installed the local, the local software, the Flyway local. So I know, Chisholm, were you able to install it?
Yes, I did. Yes, I installed it, but I got stuck at some point. Maybe later. That's what I wanted to ask you, if I could use that in place of the XAMPP.
Yes, yes, yes. So basically, that's what I used for this training.
Okay.
That's what I use. It's easy to create your website. All you just need to just put name, put login detail, and the application will create your site for you. Then you log in and start practicing.
Okay, okay.
Super,
Thank you.
Super, were you able to install?
Yes, I was able to.
Did you create a site to practice?
No, but I'll do that this week following this class.
Okay, okay, great. So thank you everyone for joining. So we'll be in touch within the week. Any information I will update in the discussion group or the channel. Then by tomorrow I will share our assignment, what is expected for us to do as you are practicing. So I will show a screenshot of a layout that is simple for you to practice to create. So once you are done, just send me a screenshot of your own design. Because since you are working locally, I won't ask for link because I won't be able to see it. Or you can just do a recording. You can just record your screen using, is it a Loom? I guess so. A screen recorder, Loom or something, or your phone, just share. Let me just see what it looks like. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful night and have a great week.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Good night.
So once I download the recording, I will upload it and share the link.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
All right, good night.
Good night.